What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Eric, aka Young God, coming to you live in the Random Maxa podcast dungeon, giving it to you real raw, rugged, and I have an ear infection, so I can't speak really loud. It's gonna hurt my ear if I do so. But it's a little thing that I want to bring to you guys called the opposition. I have a lot of stuff that I don't finish. I got a lot of like girl talk stuff, but it's gonna come out very soon. But the opposition is basically a thing where I get people on that I disagree with, and we just talk about them. They'll have another point, I have another point, or I have another ideology view than they do, and you just go from there. And the first person I have on is, I let people introduce themselves on my channel, so I let the dude introduce himself.
My name's David. Me and Eric, we go way back.
I didn't actually do all of that, but yeah, I'm finna give y'all a love story. Yeah. Basically, I think we're gonna do a couple topics today. The first topic that we're gonna discuss is very similar to what me and Amp did, who's behind the camera, and we basically talked about why rap or why R&B has fallen off. But David wants to talk about why rap has fallen off. Now, I per se don't think rap has fallen off that much, but we can get right into it. So yeah, state your piece and how you feel.
On a scale,
well, just state your piece, how you feel first.
I think hip hop. I haven't heard of a good album in a long time. The best album I heard was "To Pimp a Butterfly." That's the last good album I heard.
That's the last good album you heard. That's the last amazing album you heard.
That's the last classic. Like you go back to the 90s, like you can point out just a lot more classics than it is now. Like Drake released like 3 back-to-back trash albums, and we're okay with it.
Well, what's your definition of a classic?
Like every song hit.
Well, you can say that about a lot of albums, but I don't think that's a classic. I feel like a classic has to. Well, no. I'm saying I don't think what you just said constitutes as a classic.
You have like fan classics, like Take Care is like a Drake fan classic, but it's not a real classic. If you're talking about like good music, kind of trash. Not trash. Take Care isn't trash, but like it's songs on there that he could have just taken off.
Well, I feel like a lot of people think that Take Care is a classic. There's a thing out there. It's kind of debate if it's classic or not. But I feel like a classic has to withstand the test of time. So you can't say an album is just listen to it like, oh, this is a classic. People say that, but it's overused. But you have to let it actually sit there. So we can't really determine if these albums that came out last year, 2 years ago, are a classic. Can't do that.
I think that's fair. But for me, what I look at is about the music. It's not about what other people say. If every song on that shit is 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, it's a classic.
5 years from now, you can hate that album. Is it still gonna be a classic?
But why would I hate it if every song is a hit? Like that's what I'm trying to say. If every song is a
hit,
hit,
ages badly. You resonate differently.
Give me an example of an album that was fire and is trash now.
A lot of people say Illmatic is not a good listen in 2019.
Illmatic is okay. They're fucking idiots. Illmatic is definitely, to me, that's the greatest.
I mean, niggas from the South don't listen to Illmatic. That's that.
I'm from the South. I listen to Illmatic.
You want to be a New York nigga. Look the way you dressing. You from Jacksonville? Stand up.
Bro, let's not do this.
You got your shirt tucked in for no reason, nigga.
It's a large, and I like.
Why did you buy a large shirt, nigga?
Because I
to
like
look trendy. You dress like a gay nigga right now. It's definitely a gay nigga fit you got on right now. You got on high waters. You got on high waters for no reason.
High waters. It's definitely not high waters.
Bitch don't touch your ankle, right? Them bitches barely touch your ankle, bro. That's crazy, bro. If you had on ankle socks, them bitches be showing, bro. You got on high waters right now.
Okay.
So I don't really think a nigga. I really can't take your hip hop opinion that serious, man.
You can't take my hip hop opinion serious.
Yeah, just because
I got my shirt tucked down.
Yeah, pretty much.
You trying to be funny? It's such a green ass.
I'm just saying, man. Stand up, just stand up.
Let's not do that, bro.
All right,
Let's not do that, bro.
All right, whatever.
Yeah. By this type of podcast I was coming out of it, better prepare with some jokes, nigga.
So we gotta write down. That's neither here nor there. My point is, I feel like a hip hop classic is something that actually have to resonate with you. You can't act like all music from 2010 still bumps in 2019. That's not a thing. Music ages, and some of it ages badly. That's a thing.
But a classic tells the test of time.
Yeah. So you can't say
if every song hits 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, it can stand the test of time. Because that's what type of album it was.
You don't know that though.
Okay,
because the album could be trying to get production of 2019 time. That doesn't mean that 2019 production is going to be hot in 2029. It could be completely different.
I get that. But you think Illmatic trash now?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay.
But I'm just saying there's people that think that. Albums off the top of my head, I don't know, Amp.
You think the education of Lauryn Hill is trash now?
You see y'all said Reasonable Doubt?
I mean, we can go Reasonable Doubt. You think Reasonable Doubt not that good, 2019?
Oh,
like albums that were considered like really good, but now they like age poorly and nobody really cares about them no more.
Oh.
I feel like that happened a lot in like the early 2000s because the production and stuff like that.
A lot of albums. actually.
You think the first Blueprint trash?
Ludacris shit.
Yeah, here you go, Ludacris albums.
Every single Ludacris album aged badly.
Nobody's listening. I ain't listening to Ludacris.
Well, I don't know if you can hear him because I don't know if the mic picking him up, but he said they say okay. Well, he said Ludacris if you didn't hear him. So people like that, it's a lot of albums that were considered really good at the time, but they aged badly because they were trying to be of the production of the time.
You thought Ludacris was top 10 all time? I'm talking about like Ludacris. Nobody had Ludacris in that top 10.
I think people will put Ludacris in their top 10 Southern rappers of all time.
That's fair, but like you're not looking for Ludacris for a classic album. Like I wasn't born I was born back then, but I wasn't listening to Ludacris back then, so I can't like judge on how I felt then versus now. But nobody's fucking listening. Like Nelly, them shit's probably aged awfully.
How you feel about Frank Ocean?
I love Frank Ocean. I think he makes amazing music.
That was just a joke because I say he's just like a gay nigga, and Frank Ocean a gay nigga. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like Frank Ocean has a lot of classic albums. Or I feel like they sound like they could. I feel like an album.
He has a lot of classic albums.
Well, he doesn't have a lot of albums, so I take that back. But my thing is, I feel like you can gauge if an album's going to be classic or not by the production, because if the production has a lot of actual instruments, so like say for a Frank Ocean or somebody who has like violins and guitars in his music, a guitar violin will never age badly. Guitars and violins have been used since the times of not ancient times, but 1700s, 1600s. They've been playing those type of instruments, so you will never hear a piano and be like, oh, this aged poorly, because those instruments are timeless. So if you're using stuff like that, you could probably be like, oh, this production is going to age well. But if you're using like, let's say like a drum pattern or an 808 or a hi-hat, let's say nobody's using those 10 years from now, they'll be like, damn, like this is really annoying. I don't want to hear this anymore. So production like that could easily make an album not classic. And I feel like you can't gauge that right now because we don't know what's going to be popping 10 years from now. So you don't know if these albums are going to be classic. 10 years from now, 5 years from now, you can say that, but not now. So like album that came out last year, like the Baby album, a lot of people think every one of those songs hit. Does that make it a classic? No.
Okay. Well, so what's your take? You think music is better now than it was back then, like in the 90s?
I
think it fell off after graduation.
I wouldn't say music, but I would just say I think rap music is in a decent place. It's something for everybody.
Okay. I agree with that, but I just think it's like trash albums now. It's just a lot of shit that I just don't want to listen to.
Like, I mean, that's a personal opinion, but what?
Like, the J. Cole album, it wasn't trash. It was an okay album.
I mean, you can say that about a lot of J. Cole albums, though. So I mean, I
think Forest Hill Drive was nice.
It was probably one of his better albums.
I think it was just the best one. That and Born Center. I like the Born Center. Nobody liked the Born Center.
Yeah, I asked David a question. Do you like only listen to like mainstream stuff? Do you listen to like newer dudes, like underground dudes?
Like what do you mean? Give me an example. Like I don't listen to like Denzel Curry or
Denzel Curry, the Baby, Young Nudie, Thug.
Not listen to. I listen to Thug and Future, but not like you hear it. For me, I hear it once and then like I like Future a lot, but like I'm not like a Future stan. Like if he release an album, I'm not just gonna jump on it.
Okay, I got you.
All right.
So basically, my point is, I feel like rap music has a little bit for everybody, so it's in a good place. Everybody's pleased.
But do you agree that it was way better like in the 2000s, early 2000s, 90s?
Early 2000s, no. 90s, yes. Because
So
I like
heard T.I. I'm Serious?
Yeah.
Have you heard those Outkast albums?
Yeah.
Yeah, they shit on every album that was just released in the last.
What Outkast albums in the early? I mean, they dropped what's the album with the American flag?
A Stank on You.
Yeah, Stank on it has Stank on the early 2000s. Yeah. Aquemini and ATLs came out in the 90s though. So what else they dropped?
Speaker Box.
That's the double disc album. I
Go Out was the double disc.
That's a movie soundtrack. That don't count.
Yeah, that's not the double disc album. The Speaker Box.
Oh, okay.
So
that's their last album.
Yes, yeah, so I don't know what.
Isn't that I Go Out one when they when one nigga got one?
No, that's Speaker. That's a double.
Yes,
I mean, that's a double disc. Yeah.
Oh.
So you said early 2000s. They only released Stank on You and that double disc, and nobody. Yeah. That double disc is like.
So you think those albums was bad?
No, I think Stank on You is a classic, but the double disc, nobody says that's a classic. All right. So I mean, you got to come with some more. Like I don't know what you're talking about. I think early
T.I. I'm Serious.
That's cool.
That's cool.
That's a cool album.
So it's not a classic.
I can see why somebody would say that, but I'm not going back. I'm
Urban
serious.
Legend a classic. Some say King a classic also.
I wouldn't say King is a classic.
I like T.I. versus T.I.P., but I don't want to say it's a classic.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know why.
I like those commercials.
That's the worst album. That sucks.
Yeah.
T.I. versus Tip.
No, I think Paper Trail is trying to trash. Like if you listen to it now, I think that aged bad.
I don't know about that. Paper Trail hard.
Like it's too mainstream. Like if you listen to it now, you'll be like, I don't want to listen to that shit.
That's my point. When you listen to certain albums back then, niggas like, oh, this is fire. But then 10 years from now, I was like, yeah, this isn't hitting anymore like it was back in the day.
I didn't disagree with that. I agree with that. But I'm just saying like if every song is actually like a 9 out of 10, it's going to last.
Look, there's aspects of rap that I think are worse off than it was in the 90s. Like I feel like nobody cares about bars anymore. As a general audience, nobody cares about bars anymore. So I think that's a bad thing. But do I think overall rap is in a bad place? No, but I think that there's bad aspects because like nobody's like, oh, I'm trying to hear bars. Niggas is trying to listen to Playboi Carti, who sometimes says nothing. Like legitimately, he doesn't say words.
I heard you say Playboi Carti makes trash music.
Yeah.
That's my point. That's all I'm trying to say.
I mean, that's one artist. I mean, it was niggas in the 90s that made trash music.
It's like I'm just saying it's in abundance now.
Well, I mean, there's more.
What's the last good album you heard?
There's more rappers than it was ever.
All right, what's the last good album you heard?
The last good rap album that I heard?
Yeah, the album that you just liked.
Off the top of my head, I can't think right now. I gotta go look. What about you? You talk while I try to look because I can't think.
The last one I heard,
Schoolboy Q Crash Talk.
That's the new shit that came out.
Yeah,
I didn't listen to it, but I did listen to I listened to it after he passed away, but I listened to it and it was a really good album.
Victory Lap.
Yeah.
You were one of those.
I like
niggas?
it. Yeah.
Listen to it afterwards.
Well, what I'm supposed to do? Shit.
Would be considered a classic in like 2.
Yeah, Victory Lap is definitely gonna be considered a classic. Okay, so good rap.
That goes against everything you just said.
Well,
how can you say that now?
Because he's dead. That's really why. To be honest, he's not living anymore. And niggas give him at least one classic after he did. It's like, oh, this is his last album. It dropped right before he died. It's a classic. And some powerful songs on there like rap niggas, that's always gonna be an anthem. That's like an anthem. I ain't nothing like you rap nigga. Like, that's gonna be like an anthem. So I know that's gonna be on there. That's just gonna be a classic. Right. But Sada Baby put out a really good album that I think is a really good album. You listen to that?
Yeah.
When did you listen to Sada Baby?
Wait, Saba?
No, you're talking about Saba, nigga. There's too many similar names. I thought you was talking about Sa Baby. No, Sada Baby. He's a Detroit street rapper. Really, really good rapper.
Is that nigga you sent me?
Yeah, I did send you Sada Baby. I told you I think because he made gangster music. But yeah, Sada Baby. That's a really good album. Future the Wizard. It's a pretty good album that came out this year. I'm trying to think. NBA YoungBoy dropped the album on the back end of December. So I'm not counting 2019, but yeah.
I like NBA.
NBA YoungBoy, that was a pretty good rap album. Lucky, really good rap album. Free Wave 3. There's a couple good rap albums that came out this year.
But my argument isn't that good music isn't being made. It's just that most of the shit fucking sucks.
Most of it. I don't know if I could say most of it. I could say, I mean, like give me some rappers that you don't think are that good.
Rappers I don't think are that good?
Mm-hmm. Or music or albums that you hear that's not that good. Like, give me something.
I'm just see what usually. I honestly ain't got nothing on top of my head right now.
You said you don't like Playboi Carti.
Don't. I think he makes trash music.
Who else? What about Young Nudy? He just dropped.
I didn't listen to that.
Do you listen? You like Young Nudy?
I do like Young Nudy.
What else just dropped? That's rap.
I'm just looking at all the shit that Apple Music just released.
Yeah. Give me what Apple Music is talking about.
All right, so you heard the Tink shit? You heard PNB Rock? Like I listen to PNB Rock.
I don't listen to PNB.
I know. Like I don't like what he put out.
Yeah, no.
You like Hood Rich Pablo? You like Hood Rich Pablo?
Yeah, Hood Rich Pablo One's a pretty good rapper. Whoa, time on. Hold on. Why would you say it like that? You must never heard Hood Rich Pablo One. That nigga's fire. He can rap.
You want to play a song?
Sure.
All right.
I mean, I'm not gonna put this in the thing, so because it's gonna get taken down. So.
All right. Oh, for real?
Yeah, get copyrighted. Just playing that.
Okay. All right. You heard the James Blake album?
Yeah. That's not rap. We can get to that later.
Just wanted to say.
It's a pretty good album. But yeah, like I said, it's a lot of raps. It's like good rap out here.
Okay, so but you saying we actually agree.
You're saying that most of rap is trash, and I'm saying that I do not think it's trash because I think that we're getting more rap than we've ever had, right? So, probability speaking, the probability of you getting more trash is more likely because a lot of people are doing skill that they're not good at. They see it's popular. Rap is the most popular it's ever been, so a lot of more people are going to be attracted to it than they were in the 90s because a lot of people might look at it as like, oh, a whole bunch of wild niggas running around. But now that it's getting more accepted by white people, Asian people that are not even from the culture, they're more likely to hop in rap because it's like, oh, it's almost like a get-rich-quick scheme. When somebody goes viral, what's the first thing they do? They make a rap song. So it's just so much more accessible. You can find a beat on YouTube. You couldn't find a beat in the 90s just laying around. You had to know somebody. You couldn't just find a demo tape or not. So it's just much more accessible. So of course you're going to hear more trash because there's more people making it.
I'm holding it to a different level. So like to me, like DMX released three back-to-back albums that was just fire. I don't see no niggas doing that. I don't think no nigga has done that. Only person I can say is Kendrick. Like I just don't think it's that many people doing it. Like Eminem had
Future
like, 2 really good albums. I think that's like preference. Like I think those are really good albums, but I'm like most people wouldn't.
What?
Like just go to those Future tapes and be like.
Most people wouldn't. I don't know. Where's most people you talking
like,
about?
If you look at the demographic, probably people from the South, yeah. But
nah, I think Future's transcended the South. He's up north. Niggas mess with Future now.
I know, but like people say, I hear the argument that he's like it's like the same shit. You hear the same shit basically.
Who says that?
I'm just saying that's what I hear.
Like who? Like where we heard you said that?
Like you listen to a podcast. Like
I'm saying who are these people?
I can't say verbatim, bro.
Like
I didn't note it. Like he said this one this time. I just heard it.
Well, like I said, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's certain people. I feel like Future is one of those. He's like he's gonna go down as a rap legend. You know. That's what it is. So the same way you look at DMX as a rap legend, Future is going to be a rap legend. That's what he is.
So you think those Future tapes is better than those?
I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying that the way you're saying like it's preference. You know, some people like it, some people don't. But no. I'm not comparing those two people. I was just saying that in the same way that you say that it's preference, I can say that DMX is preference because they're both rap legends. You know what I'm saying? DMX is a rap legend, Future's a rap legend. So even if it's a preference thing,
I think it's levels. I wouldn't say Future's on DMX level.
I would say Future's more influential than DMX.
Like now, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be Future.
We can't judge that. Like you said, 10 years from now.
I mean, Future is influencing people right now. Future did something with auto-tune that was revolutionary.
I'm pretty sure, like in 2000,
but the way he
thought DMX was like.
But no, what he's doing with auto-tune is revolutionary. What T-Pain did was he's like the grandfather of it, and then Future put his own twist on it, and having niggas doing it just like he doing it. So it's the way he's doing the auto-tune. It's changed kind of like the music industry. Nigga wrote "Drunken Love," like he's a legend. He wrote "Drunken Love." That's crazy. Okay. I'm just saying it's like the number one song. It's fire. But yeah. I mean, so any closing arguments you have about this?
No, I just think I think we agree mostly, but. I just think 90s music released in the 90s and then the early 2000s, the fall off I think was at graduation. That's when like shit really just fell off. Where it was just abundance of bad music.
What are these 90s albums that you're romanticizing?
Like you got the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. You got those Wu-Tang albums. You got you're a big Raekwon fan. I ain't really listened to those.
I'm not a Raekwon fan.
Ghostface Killer. Those tapes, but I ain't really listened to them. But like,
most of those came out in the 2000s.
Raekwon first album, top 5 hip hop albums ever.
But
Bill for Keeping Leaks?
My argument was in the 2000s as well. I said 90s, 2000s. The age where I think shit fell off was in graduation. Like you can go all the Kanye albums.
And you just don't think we're getting those. You don't think we're getting those quality albums. Well, I could beg to differ because you got niggas like Saba.
Oh, well, then you name some shit.
You got niggas like Saba. You got niggas like Kendrick putting out great albums. You got niggas like even for your street niggas. You got niggas like Sada Baby putting out these crazy albums.
Is it really great compared to that shit?
Well, I mean that has time. That's romanticized. It's nostalgic, so it's going to feel different than music that's coming out now. So of course we can't compare the two, but I think that within the next 20 years, those are going to be the albums.
Sada Baby, that's going to be the album.
Sada Baby.
Whatever the fuck. That's going to be the one.
I think Sada Baby.
That's the one.
I think that's one of the better street albums. I think that's one of the better street albums to come out this decade.
You think Sada Baby? All right. Let's give it 2 years. 2 years. Sada Baby going to be the one.
I don't know if he's gonna be big, but I'm just saying I feel like that album is one of the better street albums to come out in the decade.
You just like arguing it for the sake of it.
You think that's one of the better street albums to come out this decade? Bartier Bounty is a really good album. Okay.
I haven't heard it, so I really can't say. But
Kodak Black Painting Pictures is one of those street albums that's going to be looked upon. It's crazy. Future DS2 is a classic album. Like we're talking about these 90s. Future DS2 is a very impactful classic album. Okay. One of the best rap albums this decade. Do you disagree?
I would have to listen back to it. When I heard it the first time, I didn't think it was.
You didn't think DS2 was a classic? It's an instant classic right there. Nigga had people wearing Gucci flip-flops. Still got people wearing Gucci flip-flops. It was a moment. It was everything.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just saying it doesn't compare to.
Well, I'm saying we can't compare it to those nostalgic albums because
but that's what we're doing. That's the point of the argument.
It's no point. No, we're not comparing. I'm just telling you.
So what is the argument?
The argument
now the music back then.
Well, I'm saying you can't compare these specific songs and albums to these songs you've sat with way longer. My whole point is there's going to be more trash rap albums or trash rap songs you hear because rap is more accessible. But the whole point is that...
You just agree with what I'm saying.
What?
You just said. That's exactly what I just said.
Well, no. You're saying that there's not the same amount of good rap albums. If you look, you can find those same amount of good rap albums from right now back in the 90s. I think
it's preference. Cause
that's what it must be. That's what it must be because unless you're not looking, because these rap albums that I'm naming, they're really good, and I feel like they can go toe to toe with the best street albums of back then. Like, you know what I'm saying?
If they was released back then, nobody listened to that shit, in my opinion.
You haven't heard half these albums though. I'm talking about. You haven't heard Sada Baby album. You haven't heard DS2 in a long time. You haven't heard.
I've heard it.
What?
I've heard it though.
What? You heard DS2, but you haven't heard Sada Baby. You haven't heard a lot of albums.
Heard Sada Baby.
Just you don't know who that is. You literally do not know who Sada Baby is.
Yeah.
You do not know how popping this nigga is. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with you saying, but I'm saying you just don't know.
All right.
So you just gotta admit that you don't know.
I said I didn't know.
But the whole point is, you guys let us know what you think. Do you agree with him? Do you agree with me? I think that you could find a lot of these great albums that he said that we're not getting if you really look for them in rap, because there's a lot of them coming out. You just gotta look for them. Earl Sweatshirt, some rap songs. I think that's a really pivotal album for black people. You should listen to that if you're a black person. It's a really good album.
That shit suck.
Once again, he's doing what you're doing. He's never heard some rap songs, so I'm not listening to him. That's my point. So y'all speaking about albums that y'all haven't heard. Some rap songs is a very good album if you're black. You know what I'm saying? So, last words? No, you done?
I'm done.
So next time I say what I mean what I say. Haters gonna hate, players gonna play. I'll let you, boy.